Camilla wore Diana's revenge dress. 1 year after Princess Diana shocked the world in that black gown, Camilla showed up in an almost identical copy. Fashion researchers documented it. The Express reported it. Same off-the-shoulder design, same black color, same pearl choker with gemstone pendant, same sheer stockings and black pumps. But the revenge dress wasn't the only thing Camilla copied. Fashion analysts have tracked 15 documented attempts where Camilla replicated Diana's most iconic looks, causes, and moments. Number 7 is the copy attempt fashion experts called cringe-worthy. When you see what Camilla tried to recreate, you'll understand why even neutral observers cringed. And number 12, that's the one even Camilla's own supporters couldn't defend. The copy attempt that crossed every line. Let's start with the revenge dress. Number 1, the revenge dress copy, June 1994. Diana stepped out at the Serpentine Gallery in a shoulder-bearing black Christina Stambolian gown. The same night, Charles publicly admitted to his affair with Camilla on national television. Fashion researcher Eloise Moran explained the statement Diana was making. She was showing the world she wasn't defeated. She looked absolutely stunning while Charles was confessing to betraying her. The dress became legendary. The revenge dress, the most famous royal fashion moment in modern history. Every fashion magazine covered it. Every newspaper printed it on the front page. Diana won that night completely and absolutely. 1 year later, Camilla copied it, the Ritz Hotel in London. Camilla's first public appearance with Charles after years of hiding their affair. The Express documented what she wore, an off-the-shoulder black gown with a plunging neckline. She paired it with sheer stockings and black pumps, exactly like Diana. And the finishing touch? A pearl choker with a gemstone pendant, nearly identical to Diana's sapphire necklace. Fashion critics noticed immediately the similarities were too specific to be coincidental. The shoulder design, the neckline, the accessories, the overall silhouette, all matching Diana's iconic look from just 12 months earlier. Diana's dress made a statement about strength and independence. Camilla's copy made a statement about something else entirely, desperation to claim what was never hers. Number 2. The polka dot recreation. Diana wore a navy blue dress with white polka dots. She paired it with a white blazer and pearl stud earrings. Classic, elegant, unmistakably Diana. 2019. Camilla appeared in public wearing a nearly identical outfit. Brightside documented the comparison. Same navy blue with white polka dots. Same pearl stud earrings. The resemblance wasn't subtle. It wasn't ambiguous. It was frame by frame, identical. The comments were brutal. Camilla can wear whatever she wants, but she would need a magic wand to look as elegant as Diana. That was one of the kinder responses. But wait until you see number 15, the final comparison. The one that proves why every single copy attempt failed. The numbers don't lie, and they're devastating. Number 3, the Vatican veil. Diana met Pope John Paul II in 1985. She wore a dramatic black lace veil with pearl accessories. The photographs became iconic, Diana looking both reverent and regal. When Camilla met the Pope years later, royal watchers noticed something striking. Her black lace veil looked eerily similar to Diana's. The pearl accessories matched. The overall aesthetic was unmistakable. Now, in Camilla's defense, it is customary for non-Catholic visitors to wear black veils when meeting the Pope. Jill Biden, Melania Trump, and Princess Charlene have all done the same. But the matching pearls, the identical styling, that's where observers said it went from tradition to imitation. Town and country documented. It was hard to miss how similar Camilla's black lace veil looked to the late royals. The similar pearl accessories became a topic of discussion. Number 4. The red gown with sheer sleeves. Diana wore a red silk taffeta gown during a visit to the ballet in Oslo, Norway. The dress featured sheer sleeves and floral embellishments. Designer Jan van Velden created it specifically for her. It was one of a kind, custom made for Diana and Diana alone. 2016. Camilla attended the Royal Variety performance in a remarkably similar gown. Newsbreak documented the comparison. The red floor-length gown was a very similar shade to Diana's. It featured sheer sleeves similar to Diana's dress, same color, same sheer sleeve design, same formal occasion type, same statement piece energy. At this point, the pattern was becoming impossible to ignore. This wasn't coincidence. This was a clear pattern of imitation. Number 5. The blue color strategy. Diana was famous for her bold use of color. Electric blue became her signature. When Diana wore blue, she owned it completely. The color became synonymous with her confidence. Fashion blogger Elizabeth Holmes has documented multiple instances where Camilla's outfits seem to deliberately reference Diana's most photographed looks. The list reported, "Throughout the years, Diana's style has been channeled by fashion icons, and while imitation may be the highest form of flattery, watchers tend to have mixed reactions when Queen Camilla is the one imitating." The difference was obvious to everyone watching. When Diana wore blue, photographers fought to capture her. When Camilla wore blue, the photos looked like evidence in a plagiarism case. The imitation was too obvious to ignore. Number 6. The pearl pattern. Diana was rarely photographed without pearls, that iconic pearl choker at the White House, the 7-strand bracelet. Pearls became part of her visual identity. After Diana's death, Camilla began incorporating pearls into her wardrobe at an increasing rate. The list documented one particularly uncomfortable moment in 2019. Some eagle-eyed royal fans noticed Camilla wearing the same piece of jewelry Diana wore years earlier. If that wasn't bad enough, people were even more upset because she altered it. Same accessories, modified versions of Diana's jewelry. The pattern was documented. The intention was questioned openly. Now, Number 7. The one fashion experts called cringe-worthy. Number 7. The hospital visit recreation. Here's the copy attempt I promised, the one that made even neutral observers cringe. Pay close attention to what happened here. Diana's hospital visits were legendary. Those images of her sitting on children's beds, holding hands with AIDS patients when nurses refused to touch them, hugging people no one else would go near, breaking every rule about royal distance because she understood that human connection mattered more than centuries of tradition. Diana didn't perform compassion, she felt it, and everyone who met her knew the difference immediately. The nurses knew, the patients knew, the doctors who watched her interact with dying children knew. You cannot fake that kind of genuine human warmth. 2015. Camilla visited a children's hospital. The photographs released to the press showed her doing something very familiar, sitting on a child's bed, holding hands with patients, attempting the same intimate connection Diana had made look effortless for years. Fashion and PR analyst Richard Fitzwilliams called the similarity unmistakable and uncomfortable. He noted the staging seemed specifically designed to recreate Diana's iconic hospital images. The positioning, the angles, the intimate moments that looked choreographed rather than spontaneous. Every element calculated to evoke Diana's legendary visits. Another royal commentator used the word that has stayed with this moment ever since: cringe-worthy. I remember when those photos came out, the comments were brutal. People could see exactly what was happening, and they weren't having it. The difference was visible in every single frame. Diana's hospital visits felt natural because they were natural. She wasn't performing compassion for cameras. She was expressing genuine human empathy that couldn't be taught or faked or rehearsed in front of a mirror. Camilla's visits felt like a photo opportunity designed by a committee of image consultants working from reference photographs. Every movement calculated, every gesture rehearsed, every smile timed for the cameras. You cannot manufacture compassion. You cannot fake genuine human connection. And the camera never lies about these things. Diana had it. Camilla tried to copy it. The footage proved you can't replicate a soul. Number 8, the domestic violence cause. Diana championed domestic violence awareness in the early 1990s, long before it was a mainstream cause. She visited shelters when cameras weren't present. She spoke publicly when few celebrities would risk the controversy. In 2016, Camilla first visited Safe Lives, a domestic abuse charity. In 2020, she became their official patron. The royal family's official website confirmed it. Her Royal Highness first heard of the work of domestic abuse charity Safe Lives in 2016, nearly 20 years after Diana's death. Was this genuine interest that had taken 2 decades to express, or calculated reputation management? Critics pointed out the uncomfortable irony. The woman who had been the other woman in a marriage was now positioning herself as an advocate for women in crisis. Some found it brave, many others found it tone-deaf, and nearly everyone noticed the suspicious timing of it all. Number 9. The children's charity pivot. Diana was synonymous with children's charities. Her work with sick children made headlines worldwide. She was called the children's princess for a reason. When people thought of Diana, they thought of her holding children in hospitals. In the years following Diana's death, Camilla increasingly focused her charitable work on children's literacy, children's health initiatives, children's welfare programs, a significant pivot from her earlier charitable interests, a pivot that happened to mirror exactly what Diana had been famous for, a pivot that looked less like genuine passion and more like strategic repositioning. When asked about the similarity, even Camilla's supporters struggled to provide a satisfying explanation. The timing was too convenient. The shift was too obvious. Number 10. The walkabout technique. Diana revolutionized royal walkabouts. She would kneel down to speak to children at their eye level. She would hug strangers who were crying. She broke protocol because human connection mattered more than tradition. She made the monarchy feel accessible for the first time in generations. Camilla has been coached extensively to replicate these behaviors: the kneeling, the extended conversations, the apparent warmth, the hand-holding with members of the public. But body language experts have noted crucial differences that no amount of training can eliminate. Diana leaned in toward people instinctively. Her whole body moved toward connection. Camilla leans back. Her posture creates distance even when her words don't. Diana touched people naturally and spontaneously. Her hands moved before she thought about it. Camilla touches carefully and deliberately. You can almost see her thinking about where to place her hand. The mechanics are similar. The energy is completely opposite, and the public can feel the difference even if they can't articulate exactly what's wrong. Number 11. The Diana Memorial Garden Visit. The Kensington Palace White Garden was created to honor Diana on the 20th anniversary of her death. Planted with her favorite white flowers, forget-me-nots, white roses, lilies, a sacred space dedicated entirely to her memory. Camilla made a highly publicized visit. The timing was deliberate. The photo opportunity was carefully staged. Photographers were invited. Photographs showed her admiring flowers with apparent reverence, looking contemplative, looking respectful, paying respects to the garden dedicated to the woman she had helped betray for over a decade. The public reaction was swift and overwhelmingly negative. Audacious was the politest word used. Shameless was more common. The comment sections were brutal. Instead of softening her image, the visit reminded everyone of the painful history she was desperately trying to escape. It backfired completely. And now, number 12. The copy attempt that even Camilla's own supporters couldn't defend. Number 12. The Princess of Wales title. Here's the attempt I promised at the beginning. The one even her supporters couldn't justify. The copy attempt that crossed every line. When Charles and Camilla married in 2005, there was one title everyone was watching for: Princess of Wales, Diana's title. The title that had become synonymous with one woman and could never mean anything else to anyone who remembered her. Technically, Camilla was entitled to use it immediately upon marriage. She was married to the Prince of Wales. The title was legally hers by right of marriage. She could have claimed it that very day, and no one could have legally stopped her. The palace announced she would use Duchess of Cornwall instead. The official reason? Sensitivity to Diana's memory and the feelings of the public. The real reason everyone understood? They knew the public would never accept Camilla using Diana's title. The backlash would have been catastrophic and immediate. It would have undone years of careful image rehabilitation in a single day. The palace couldn't risk it. But here's what made even her supporters deeply uncomfortable. Years later, when discussions arose about whether Camilla might eventually claim the Princess of Wales title, there was immediate and overwhelming outrage. The public made their feelings absolutely clear. Even royal commentators who had gradually warmed to Camilla admitted publicly that using Diana's title would be a step too far, a line that could never be crossed. One pro-Camilla journalist wrote that taking the Princess of Wales title would undo years of careful rehabilitation work overnight. Think about what that admission reveals. Even people paid to support Camilla knew that claiming Diana's title was indefensible. Even her own advocates couldn't defend it. The ultimate copy attempt, the one she couldn't make, because some things can never be taken. They can only be earned. And that title belonged to Diana forever. When Kate Middleton married William and became Princess of Wales, the public embraced it, because Kate had earned respect, because Kate reminded people of Diana without trying to replace her. Kate honored Diana's memory. Camilla tried to erase it. Camilla never had that option. The title Diana made famous could never be hers. Number 13, the decades-long PR campaign. Diana was beloved before she was even officially royal. Her first public appearance drew massive crowds. People connected with her immediately. They felt they knew her from the very first moment they saw her. She didn't need image consultants or rehabilitation campaigns because she never needed fixing. Diana was authentically herself from day one. Camilla's path to public acceptance has been a decades-long PR campaign, a carefully orchestrated effort to change public perception one calculated appearance at a time. The Week magazine described it as a calculated and highly successful PR campaign, combined with continuous diligence, humility, thick skin, and determination. Carefully managed appearances, strategic charity work, gradual media exposure calibrated to slowly change public opinion. Nothing spontaneous, nothing natural, everything planned. The strategy worked to some degree. Her approval ratings have improved over the decades, but polls reveal something no amount of PR can change. Number 14, the mother figure attempt. Diana was William and Harry's mother. Her influence is visible in everything they do. The way William raises his children, the causes Harry champions, the values they both hold. Diana shaped them in ways that will last their entire lives. Camilla has attempted to position herself as a stepmother figure. The palace regularly releases photos of family gatherings showing apparent harmony, smiles for the cameras, unity for public consumption. But Harry's memoir revealed a much more complicated truth. His exact words in Spare. Despite Willie and me urging him not to, Pa was going ahead. Both sons urged their father not to marry Camilla. They made their feelings clear. They begged him to reconsider. Charles ignored them completely. Harry described how they viewed her as a villain. The woman who destroyed their parents' marriage, the woman their mother called the Rottweiler. Some roles cannot be filled by replacement. Mother is one of them. Diana will always be their mother. Camilla never had a chance. Number 15. The authenticity gap. Remember what I said at number 2? The final comparison that proves why every copy attempt failed. Here it is. The numbers don't lie. A 2022 poll asked the British public one simple question. Who would make a better queen, Diana or Camilla? Diana won by 58% to 60%. Not close, not competitive, not even a contest, decisive. Think about what that means. A woman who has been dead for over 25 years is still dramatically more popular than a woman who has spent those same years actively trying to win public approval through every available means. YouGov polling from 2024 shows Camilla ranks 9th among royals with just 41% approval, behind William, behind Kate, behind Anne, behind Zara Tindall, behind Edward, behind Sophie. The same polls showed Diana, who died in 1997, still viewed more positively than Camilla is today. That's not a failure of PR strategy. That's not a failure of media management. That's not a failure of image consultants or message discipline or strategic positioning. That's a failure of authenticity. Pure and simple, Diana was loved because she was genuine. Her compassion was real. Her connection to people was natural. Her impact was organic and lasting. She didn't need handlers telling her how to seem warm. She was warm. You can copy the clothes, you can copy the causes, you can copy the poses and the gestures and the public appearances. You can hire the best stylists and the most expensive PR firms. You can spend decades trying to rehabilitate an image, but you cannot copy a soul. And that's why every single attempt failed. The polls prove it. The public knows it, and somewhere deep down, Camilla knows it too. 15 copy attempts, 15 failures. 15 times Camilla tried and failed. Camilla spent 2 decades trying to become something she never could be, Diana, the people's princess. Which copy attempt made you cringe the most? Comment below. But here's what still doesn't make sense. After everything you just saw, the copying, the failures, the 58% to 16% polling, Camilla is still queen. She's still wearing the crown jewels, still living in the palaces Diana was pushed out of, still standing next to Charles at every event. How? How does someone fail this publicly and still win? Because the palace protected her. They spent millions managing her image, burying stories, controlling the narrative. The secrets they never wanted you to know, that video is next.